What's up, guys? Adriano here at Collector's Catch. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to be doing a PSA submission video. So what we're going to be doing today is looking over the cards and going over what I think the card will grade and, my reasons to why I'm sending it in. And then we'll have a return video eventually down the road where we're going to go over my prediction and see if I was right, if I was wrong, what happened, what did I get. So let's get into the video. First card here is Mewtwo EX from Breakthrough. So this card, it has roughly a raw value of about $50 US. Okay. I got it in a deal with a friend of mine. I really like this card. I like Mewtwo. Mewtwo is one of my more favored cards, and what's really cool about this is that it's got other legendaries and non-legendaries in the art with it. So I think this card might get the 10. I'm very hopeful. A PSA 10 is like over $400. Love to have this in my collection as a 10. So we're gonna give it a shot. Okay, sending cards to get graded is kind of a bit of a thrill in itself, kind of like opening packs. So we're gonna give it a shot. The next card here is Elisa's Sparkle. Okay, this is a Japanese card actually, and I pulled this myself. So this card really clean. It's a modern card. Came out last year, 2022. The only thing that I see potentially wrong with this card is, I'm gonna try to zoom in here. I don't know if you guys can see it at the top. I'm looking here because my computer screen is there. I've got a little bit of smudging, okay? So it seems like it came underneath. See right there? Right about there? Where I'm pointing, okay? Just look there. So when it concentrates. Almost next to my finger there. There's a little bit of a smudge, okay? Other than that, the card's flawless. Got a couple of those around the border, and I don't know if PSA is going to dock it down. A PSA 10 is $400. I'm not huge on waifus, to be honest, and I don't know. To each their own. I personally have cards that I like in terms of like Pokemon that I like or vintagey stuff. So
vintage? Be specific.
So this is the Igglybuff, Cleffa, and Togepi Ultimate Art. Take it out of the sleeve and take a look at it. I think this is going to be a PSA 10. Looks very clean. Centering is really good. Even though it's hard to tell a bit with these GX cards because the borders were a bit wonkier. But I do think it's a PSA 10. And good profit on a card like this. It is going to be currently selling for roughly $500. Future Adriano / editing Adriano here. I wanted to tell you all a really important piece of information. While I was looking up the sales for Japanese cards, especially the Togepi alt art from Tag Team All Stars, I was looking at PSA 10 numbers, and it is insane what they're going for now. When I originally tried to sell this card months ago for $65 raw, like you probably heard in the video, right now PSA 10s are going for $800 to $1,000, and at the time when I was trying to sell the card raw, they were at 100 something. So please, if you have these cards in your collection, take a look at any of your Japanese cards, look them up. They might be worth either grading and flipping or selling raw at a really higher price than they originally were, maybe even a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, and I'll see you on the next part. So definitely worth grading and try to get some of that profit, because raw, it's hard to say what it's even worth raw. I tried selling it for like $65 months ago and nobody wanted it. So
you're kidding, right?
Off the PSA it goes, and we'll see what it gets. Next we have Dark Tyranitar. I got this in a collection. I actually traded, believe it or not, a computer screen for this collection, and this was part of it. What? So I know for a fact this will not be getting a PSA 10. Why? Because first of all, centering is pretty off. Okay, that's number one. I'm going to even centering is off from left, bottom and left to top right. Okay, then I'm gonna try to zoom this in as much as I can. Hopefully it doesn't. There is a bit, and you can't even see it on camera, so could be PSA doesn't really dock it. But there is a little bit of a scratch here, okay? Not on the hollow. Hollow looks pretty clean, and if you guys were wondering, this is not a regular hollow card, by the way. This is what they call it a reverse hollow. There's the stamping here of the set. Team Rocket turns. So that's what it looks like on the front. On the back, pretty clean overall. There is a little smidge of white on the top right.
Just a smidge.
A little bit on the edge of the top here. I'm really hoping for a PSA 9. The PSA 9 of this card goes for around 260, not more. I valued it at about 90 bucks. And so hopefully it grades decently. And then we'll decide, you know, once the card comes back, we'll see. Does it stay in the collection? Do I sell it off for profit? We'll see.
What a waste.
This is a faded SDK Blue Eyes, okay? I bought it near mint. I did not see in the pictures what I'm about to show you guys. So first of all, this is a faded copy. Really nice. I love faded vintage Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, I really like the look. Front looks really clean. The centering, as you guys can maybe see as much, centering is pretty off. Left to right and top, bottom. And this corner, the top left corner here, has a little bit of corner, not wear, but it's got a little bit of a curve to it. So that's going to affect the corner grade. It's not damage, but... And you guys might be able to see. So this side's got a smidge of edge. No, not even. No edge wear on the sides. Sides are pretty clean. But what I really want to show you guys, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, there is a large scratch. Maybe considered print line, but it looks like a scratch to me. The top, all the way to the bottom. I'm going to try to zoom it in here, and you guys see it just about. See it? I'm not going to move the card. See the white line there?
What is that?
I did not see that when I bought the card. When I bought the card, the picture was kind of like this. I didn't see any of that line. Now, why am I getting it graded? I think PSA will still give it a 7. There's no damage. It's not a damage. There's nothing coming through the card. There's no damage. I think it'll still get a 7. And a 7, I'll still make profit. Next, we have Dark Magician. You guys might recognize this. This is from the Adidas promo. This card came with those that black pair of Adidas running shoes. Really love this card. Picked one up raw. I did not buy the shoes because maybe one day I'll show you guys. I bought the set of shoes that came out before in white. Maybe I'll throw in a picture here, show you guys. I bought those and I'm keeping those. And so I said, well, I don't really like these black ones. I'm just going to get the card. So I bought the card raw off someone locally. I took a look at it. These are known to have issues on the sides where the card is placed in the, like, the way it is, it's in a sleeve and there's 2 flaps holding the card down. And so the sides end up getting damaged from that little flap. Looking very closely, I don't see an issue on this one. So that makes me very happy. There's a PSA 10 of this card, believe it or not, is $1,000. What? I'd love to get a PSA 10 of this card, but we'll see. We'll see. The centering is not perfect. It's a bit off. And this corner up here has a little bit of a curve in it, like we were saying before on the Blue Eyes. But overall, very clean. I don't see any damage on the card. So I'm hoping for a 10. Really hoping for a 10. If it comes back a 9, it's all good. It happens. At the end of the day, this, whether it's a 9 or a 10, it's going to stay in my collection. So, if it gets lower than that, though, I'll be very sad.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
Now we're going to get into some weird Pokemon. Okay. I didn't have any vintage Pokemon to send in this sub. But I am always actively looking for vintage Pokemon. It's my favorite. I do a lot of modern, but this is what I have for vintage Pokemon. Okay. Funny enough. So, as you guys probably know, and I hope I'm not spoiling this for anyone, Ash is no longer in the TV show. So, Pokemon cards that have Ash on them have gone up in value. And this one is not just the Pokemon card with Ash on it. The card says Ash Ketchum. So, I said to myself, I found this in my collection. I said to myself, I'm going to send this in and slab it. One day, this might be a valuable card. Now, what do I think it's going to grade? Take it out and take a look at it together. I think it's going to grade probably an 8. And not because there's a ton of damage or anything or whitening, but there is some. The front looks pretty clean. The camera's having a hard time zooming in. There we go. The front looks pretty clean. This is a foil. By the way, this Topps had all kinds of different kinds of foiling back in the day. That's a foil. And we have the back here. Now, these Topps cards are notorious for having a whitening on the bottom and a bit of whitening on top. Now, it's regular edge wear. It came like that. And there is a little smidge of white on this corner, top left. But like, even if this card comes back, let's say a 7, I'd be happy with it. I'll keep it. And there's not many actual Ash Ketchum cards. So figured I'll get it graded, leave it in the collection. Whatever it comes back at, it comes back at. Next, we have another Ash related card. This one has Misty and Brock on it with Pikachu. It's a checklist card. So this is a checklist from the movie.
Reign of Mewtwo will soon begin.
So pull it out. This is also a foil. There are different versions of these cards. There's rainbow foil. There's the foil that you just saw here. And here's the back. Take a look here. You see all the cards from the set. If I'm lucky, it comes back at 10. That's like $200. If not, whatever. I keep it in the collection. Probably. Maybe 10, I might keep it too. We'll see. We'll do the review when they come back together. That's for sure. Now, this is a weird one. Okay? You're going to be saying to yourselves, dude, why are you grading this? Card is beaten up. Beaten up is actually putting it lightly.
What is that?
You guys see the creases in there? See the crease at the bottom here? The reason why I'm sending this card, and I'm going to show you guys a comp. Basically, the last one of this sold for $200 something as a PSA 5. PSA 5, guys. This will be lower than 5, okay? But Charizard collectors collect every Charizard. And this is a Pokemon Stadium Danone. Danone was a yogurt. But they had a promotion where they released Pokemon cards with their products. And this is actually a rainbow foil. Gold foil kind of thing. Where it's not the actual regular foiling. The regular foiling is all silver. These have like a goldish hue to it. Anyways, got this in a collection. Basically, it's a free card. So I said, you know what? It's Charizard. I'll send it in. Whatever it grades, it grades. It'll be for sale probably. Unless I decide to add it to my Charizard collection. We'll see. But I like grading these random things sometimes. Definitely helps vary out the submission and give me different kinds of stuff to sell. Speaking of Danone, we have two more. We have a Psyduck. Very clean card. This is also rainbow foil. This one is not damaged like the Charizard. This was actually sealed. This card actually, I don't even know what it goes for. I don't even know what these cards are going for. I don't know what it's gonna grade. I put that I would hope that it gets a 9. This one's probably going to be sold. So regardless, whatever this comes back as, I'm probably going to sell it. They're rare. They're hard to find. And people like to collect things that are rare and hard to find and low pop. So the last one is a Mewtwo. The non-holo. This one might get the 10. There aren't many graded. I know all these cards are super low pop. This one, actually, there's two. In this set, there's two Mewtwo's. There's this one that comes non-holo. There's a holo one that is a different art altogether. You guys might have seen it. But anyways, all of that to say, this one looked really clean too. It was also sealed. Sealed, it was like 10 bucks. So I said, you know what? If I could get it graded, if it comes back a high grade, I'll make a lot more money off that than selling it sealed. So I took it out and I'm sending it in. I'm hoping for a 9 or a 10. 10 ideally, because when it comes to really random cards, if they're not 10, it's harder to sell them at a decent price. So fingers crossed for a 10 on this one. I'm going to send these all in together and we're going to review the return once they come back in. So I hope you guys will like the video. You guys will like what I'm sending in. It is very abstract to what I usually send in. I usually have some more Yu-Gi-Oh! I usually have some more Pokemon, like WotC or Modern or something. English, at least. I don't have much in this one. But we'll see. Let's send it in and hope for the best. So, having said all of that, thank you all once again. I appreciate the support. Please don't forget to follow, subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.